He always has Lucas, you know? I mean, the Falcon Lucas sandwich just feels like a formidable change to the season for anyone who's coming up against Team 7.
All right. Who said it early on in this analysis?
In the fated sword fight.
A sword fight.
Me.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
let's go.
I like this.
All right.
Right,
Let
two
the
of them
sword
just
fighting commence.
taking it easy, and indeed we are getting the sword fighting. And both of them, I think, just recognizing that this is going to be a fast-paced game and just trying to play on the edge. Again, you see a lot of these moments where it feels like they're just kind of, waving around each other, but a bigger piece of that is they're holding space for themselves, and their opponents are, of course, just dancing around the limits of these characters. It's finally the Byleth getting a bit of a lead for himself.
Yeah.
Really are just seeing, what comes next for the Corrin. Not sure if we're going to see much reliance on the counters in this one unless we see, something really telegraphed. As otherwise, the Cobalt Guard has just been doing a good job of using the spear, some of those longer range abilities. It's a great effect, but now center stage kind of been controlled by the Corrin. So this has just been back and forth, exactly, what we expected from these two competitors, that it was gonna be, feeling each other out in this first game, in this first stock especially, and no one's getting anything for free.
Yeah, it really feels like a downloading stock. As we get the first stock finally from the Ledge Guard by Cobalt Guard, but yeah, I think the Corinne is probably one of my. If I was gonna have a choice of like my favorite or most improved character, the character that's built the most over the year so far this season, I think it would be Corinne. He's gotten so much cleaner with his aerials, as we saw there.
That's the first down B I've seen Cobalt Guard throw out this entire season.
I mean, it is such a committal move, right? Like, you really can't get away with it just generally on its own. So, happy to see we're seeing a bit of the mix-ups kind of thrown through, and that is for those abilities. If you can't snag out the counter, it'd be a great one to do so. As the second stock, very similar to the first, is I think a little more aggressive from both parties, honestly. Neither of them want to dance around each other. They just want to keep this action rolling.
Wow.
Getting caught there will always hurt.
This will definitely have some standing implications. I can already see that going down. I'm sure it's going to be really close towards the end of the season. We only got about 6 weeks left. So every win here counts, especially when you're only separated by 2 wins between Cobalt Guard and Team 7.
Yeah.
I mean, to have this head-to-head, we know that it's going to be tough. Again, only losses for Team 7 from Savage Henry, Bridge 4, and Hype Gaming. So, very tough opponents to be falling to, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong in my recollection, but pretty positive that's how this season has gone.
Oh, got the timing
And,
just right
those
there.
are formidable opponents in this league to be losing to. And, of course, getting 2-0 against Cobalt Guard might be the difference between, 4th or 5th or 3rd or 4th in the standings when you have that head-to-head against your opponent. Of course, seeding always matters when we're looking ahead to the playoffs.
Such a high percent right now for both of them. That is good.
Oh,
They both have that ledge defense option. Poking down at the ledge, trying to catch that 2-frame.
Mhm. I don't know whose would be better.
try to get the 2-frame distances.
I don't know who's better either. Good percent for hard at them.
Yeah, this is just starting to rack up.
Yeah.
It does feel like the Byleth is getting a little bit more of that confidence, getting that comfort coming through this stock, and is just figuring out, what needs to happen to finish things off. And of course, that rage is helping out quite a bit.
Oh.
Everything just hurts a little bit more
Ooh.
as the Corn will
Listen.
finally finish it off with the back air. Not too much that Violet could do in that moment. And now you just got to find a couple solid hits, and it's going to have to be a real lock-in.
Oh.
7
Ooh.
as
With
the
that
arrow
arrow.
finishes
With the
the
arrow.
job. Not
He's really
even
good with
a
that.
single-
So good with those.
a single piece of damage landed at the end there, and it was just Violet using every single weapon in the arsenal to take game number 1.
It really felt like It really felt like Team 7, once he got a stock down and had one stock left, he was feeling the pressure a little bit and stopped playing the game that he probably was prepared for against Byleth, and it allowed Byleth to kind of take it away a little bit.
The statement game, huh?
We have an announcement coming from part of what character he's gonna play next, and I think we're seeing.
Ooh.
Ike or Isabel for sure. That's my prediction.
I
I guess
goes-
if I had to lock one in, I'm gonna say
Snake.
Isabel.
I feel like I want to see Snake. I want to see Snake.
A lot of Team 7's characters are like getting close, mess him up, and a Snake could keep him a distance. You just worry that Lucas will eat up a lot of explosives, heal up. So
Mm-hmm.
I remember the last time we saw Cobalt, he said he was working on the rest of the Pokemon trainer.
that's true.
So who knows if he's been in the gym, Pokemon gym.
Commissioner, is that allowed? Is that not technically bringing on more characters to your roster? Can you do that?
No comment.
Ref, do something.
I need a ruling from the commissioner.
We gotta call New York. Wait, I am in New York. I'm saying you can't do it.
What'll it be?
Ah,
Beautiful.
And then the Ike ski.
I mean, I like this for both players. Bringing in the Falcon for a little bit of that speed, that continued comfort. Again, now having that 4-man roster, there is a lot more flexibility available to Team 7, which I just don't think he felt he had with the Zero Suit. And now it is just the Captain Falcon who is off to a very hot
sour
start.
spot.
Not quite able to finish the job. I mean, if we saw that spike off the rip, it would have already felt like curtains on this game. But the Ike finally given a little room to breathe.
it feels like it's from this first little bit of energy that Team 7 knows exactly what he's got to be looking for from this Ike. Playing it well so far. See how long we can hold it up, but then on that side,
Ike definitely has the ability to turn it around, but there's
yeah, all it takes is like 2 or 3 hits, like to spin it back around.
That's what we gotta watch for if he ever is able to get that space. But the more that we see those grabs just dodged away, and I was gonna say, if we see moments like that unpunished, those are what you really need in this matchup, is those Falcon kicks. If he stays in center stage, got to take advantage.
Oh.
If he finds himself just a little end lag, but instead he's fallen into the down smash, he's fallen into some of these Falcon kicks, and this Ike just does not look comfortable. I mean, he's dancing around and finally able to get a little something going off of the missed side special, but it's going to take a few more ladders just like that, for Cobalt Guard to start to turn this map around.
I understand the temptation to try and dodge through those Ike aerials, but Cobalt's really, really good at timing his, as we saw there. I wouldn't,
Wow.
Oh,
ooh, that was good.
Yeah, despite staying alive from the GI, just not enough, recovery options available for the Falcon. As Ike's finally able to get a stock, but still the pressure comes right on back the other way. It's both of them, I think, looking at each other sideways for a second, but that up air, it's such a good option on shield. I think a lot of folks don't
Wait for the tag.
remember
Wow.
that it's still a command
Nice.
grab, and it'll still continue to just get you a lot of value. As a couple down tilts, giving some breathing room for the Cobalt Guard.
Yeah.
Goggles are looking nice though.
oh my God.
Hard position to get out of.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh.
No No way.
Wow.
I'm not even sure what happened there. If it was just like a little buffer. It didn't look like there was any real contact, just that the momentum stopped.
No, I think he just charged it only enough to get that far, and then out of fear of that down air, he did an air dodge, and it might have cost him the ability to get back.
Oh,
Good though.
That's really good recovery there. Really good.
It's not over.
It is even.
Yeah, it ain't over till it's over. And I will say, despite Team 7 having such a strong start, Cobalt Guard on this Ike, we know how strong he can be with it. And we know how much work he can get done. That last stock was absolutely clinical aerial play that we're so used to seeing from this player, from this squad. And now getting the chase downs, I love that reaction, just waiting on, you know, the move and not going to get spiked.
Wow.
Oh,
wow.
Money in the jar.
Put another,
Oh,
put another dollar
amazing.
in the jar as we even up the series. And that Captain Falcon really showing how valuable a trade it is.
Jar is bulging. Wow.
No tech. Is that even techable?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, that one. I think that one was.
There was no red. It was
valid.
It was blue.
Okay, we are 1-1. We have a series going.
Let's do this. Who are we saying? We got.
I think Lucas or Pikachu from Team 7.
I
Yeah,
think he'll go back. Yeah, I think he'll go back to Corrin maybe.
he might. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you
he'll
think
save. I think he'll save the Lucas.
Lucas is definitely going to be the closer. I
Mhm.
feel, unless
Yeah.
he's just feeling himself.
Yeah, keep his momentum maybe. Think about it. You pick the Pikachu, and Ike comes back out. That's like
Yeah.
2 aerials and you're donezo, you know? So you gotta be careful which one you pick
But it's
because
also
of what could
someone
be
you can
counterpicked.
juggle up, right? Like, you know, I think it goes both.
Yeah, it goes both ways for sure, as long as you play it smart.
There
Another
you go.
sword fight. Let's go.
Run it back.
Let's go.
Run it back, kind of. They're all the same anyway.
As we do see the swords come out, we see the taunts to know that this is an honorable fight, and now, I mean,
Miles
honestly,
too.
both of these characters really ones that felt like, you know, they started off just not quite on the right foot, and were able to develop and adjust throughout their, you know, the respective games we saw before. And now up against each other, there's going to be a completely different playstyle you have to adjust to. So I think we're going to have to see which one adjusts faster, because so far neither of them really looking like they're playing a super comfortable, like, aerial-based game or something that they're used to doing. It is just a lot of, can I get a hit in here? As finally see a little aerial string coming through for Cobalt Garden. Even there, just the back end of the forward air, barely clipping the Robin, or the Corrin.
God. Gosh, forward airs, bro. Uh-oh.
Oh, that was.
Ooh.
That up tilt going
Wow.
massive.
Oh, wow.
The back air is just so strong. A little extra rage and a little extra range from, you know, how small these battlefields and blast zones
Oh,
can be.
100% there.
As now the Corrin looks
Holy
Oh,
shit.
wow. He gonna get another one?
Oh my word. And that looks like it's in. That's
Wow.
it.
Holy shit.
What a
What a
stock.
What
Wow.
a stock.
He's taking a second to breathe. All right.
Right back.
All right.
Gets answered back, sure. But you got a whole other stock to get through, and this Ike is just gonna have to be perfect. This Corrin is just taking every option. I mean, he's just using, you know, the spear, that side special. Such great effect.
Man.
37,
See
37.
See if Cobalt plays any different down a whole stock, but
I mean, I feel like you just gotta play with confidence. There's no other way. If you start playing a little timid, a player like Team 7 is just gonna take
Reverse.
advantage of that. And I mean, throwing out just specials, lightly charged specials in the middle of the stage, that's a way to, you know, stay confident. That certainly shows you're not feeling phased, but a couple more of those projectiles land, another stun, and I think you're kind of stuck. As it's finally starting to go the way of the Ike, but great movement just to keep that recovery going, and great reach. Watch
I was
now.
waiting
It's-
for
Oh.
Ooh.
Corrin doesn't
just a
quite
little
work.
bit.
If
If he can get this without tacking on more percent, this could do it.
Yeah, I mean, being at 65 on the last stock, not feeling too tough, is just barely on the right side of the.
Nice spot
dodge.
dodge.
It does feel like it's just going to come down to if the spot dodges come through in time, and another great roll away. It does just feel like we're on a knife's edge, and the Corrin is the one wielding it as hit after hit. This Ike is just under more and more pressure. He's got to find it soon. Make this comeback happen. That up tilt will send the Corrin to the blast zone, but I can't say I'm feeling comfortable for the Cobalt guard.
Yeah, I mean, one string. That's all I could take from the Ike, you know. I really liked his option before, the fall through platform forward air that still covered the rest of the platform. It was a good dodge from T7, but I've never seen that.
Ooh.
Gosh, this is what I mean. Oh my goodness.
Oh, magnet hands just barely making it back, and you're completely right. We just know how close they can be. In Bridge 4, you are certainly stating it really does just take one from the Ike, but now it only takes one more hit from the Corrin, as that up smash not quite gonna kill. Now both of them just dipping, dodging, diving, and knowing that once you get your opponent.
Oh, wow.
No way! No way!
And it is the Ike to come through, and I honestly thought this was going the way of Team 7, but the grit and resilience out of the Cobalt guard shows that they still got some fight left.
Bravo.
He turned that
Great
around.
show. Great show.
Especially after
Wow.
getting that second stock lost like that, that showed some real determination.
Yeah.
Some true grit, as it were.
It's the turnaround of a
mental
heavy hitting
fortitude.
character like that.
But you've seen this before. Audience, you've seen this before. Team 7 down. Maybe devastating
Might wear
turn in
one.
series. You know? Who knows? Who knows? I'm not going to do a commentator's curse here. Maybe that only
Gotta
applies
see
to
an
Turbo.
Isabel Lucas, no?
Isabel
I
Lucas
don't
would
know.
be.
My earlier attempted curse just turned out to be the truth with the deep sweep. So I don't know if I really want to say much of anything at this point. I just want to see some more great game, and honestly, just both of these players at their best. And I think that's what we saw at the tail end of the last game, was just the two of them going blow for blow. And I think we saw each of them peak in their own ways, and it really just barely went Cobalt Guard's way. It was incredibly close at the end. There was just an absolute heater of a stock that came through from Team 7, and I think we're going to see some more moments like that. I don't think that the Captain Falcon's going to be the only one winning for Team 7 today, and I think in this moment, your back's up against the wall. Give me the Lucas and then pick your best option, whoever you're feeling a little more comfortable on for that final, because I don't want to see us start with the mouse, and that's not going to be the case, as we are going to see the ace in the hole come on through. It will be, of course, who else but the Lucas, and he's looking to hit a home run on the most annoying character in the roster.
Just say on the roster is correct, because some league terrors for sure.
Zelda.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And I mean, at this point, we're already seeing, what we saw last time this matchup was on stage. It is that PK Fire able to take out, whenever the rockets get dropped. And on the other side, just seeing if you can see the PK Fires absorbed and pocketed by the Isabel. But what was initially a hot start for the Lucas, it's just getting turned right on around. Both of these players feeling each other out on this very, very tight stage.
That's part of the thing Cobalt's gonna have to be careful with as well, trying to land those little short hop forward airs. Because of how short Lucas is, you know.
Through as he looks for the spike, it won't be found this time around. A little bit too slow, but I mean, honestly, both of these players just really taking it to each other. No one really having a clear advantage to start things off. And honestly, the fact that we are on such a small stage, I think really does lend itself to the Isabel. Because in the larger stage, you just have a little bit more space as the Lucas, you know, to set up and to shut down a lot of these missiles. Instead, with how small this is, you're going to have moments where you just fall on a rocket and maybe it catches you off guard. So far, he's done a great job of, you know, having some kind of explosive option to shut that down. But otherwise, this Isabel is still getting plenty of trades back. And, you know, maybe even playing the mind game of, yeah, play around the rocket. I'm just going to do everything else in my kit, you know, that can still kill you.
Oh,
there it is.
Caught me a big one.
I have nightmares about that fishing rod.
Right.
Gotta avoid at all costs that fishing rod. And that rock. And that umbrella.
You know, just everything that you can kind of throw out.
In this game.
Ooh! Wow.
Ooh.
We could see that Team 7 was just really looking for that kill option. And I was worried he was going to fish a little too hard. You got to leave that to the Isabel. She's got the rod and everything. But so far, you know, he did get that kill, but hasn't had much success, you know, establishing a decent neutral position. Hasn't, you know, looked all that comfortable on stage. And I want to see a few more of these, like, desynced kind of funky Lucas aerial combos. I don't want to see him just playing for mid-space and letting himself get caught by some of those rockets. I want to see him kill the rocket and then just jump on the Isabel.
Rocket's hurt.
Next fishing rod definitely will kill off the top, and that's what you got to watch out for. Is F-tilt not a kill move either?
I know.
We'll roll on past and maybe can sequence something together with this grab, and instead just floating the wrong way. Good spot dodge to avoid the rocket as
Nice. Good moves.
Warrior still doesn't kill, somehow just barely dipped away from the fishing rod. That would have definitely been death. There we'll see. Finally, the rocket going down, and now on the Isabel, it is just looking to find that kill move. That is a tough spot.
Wow.
Gets hit from behind off the F smash. Freeze is both gonna go wide, and
That was not hitting behind
now
that
the
far.
F-tilt will kill at 170.
But he's brought it back.
Oh.
Ooh.
A little bit of baseball.
Oof.
Wow.
Oh, whoa!
Nice.
Turn that around.
Holy shit.
You know, sometimes you just gotta whip that shit, and the perfect timing for the Lucas just
Gotta
to get
whip
a little
that shit.
curveball coming through. And now, I mean, it looks like we're seeing a little bit more of that Team 7 Lucas confidence coming through. That last stock looked a little bit more timid, a lot more safety. Now we're seeing him just rolling and balling on out as recovery comes through.
no.
And I gotta remember that's an active hitbox on so much of Lucas. You gotta be very, very careful when you're trying to punish his.
Oh
That
my gosh.
explosion. Nearly shield broke, and
Oh, no.
who
Oh,
knows
no.
where it
High
would've
ceiling?
gone.
That's
Gotta
good.
remember, the fishing rod won't kill until about 145.
Nice.
Against this Lucas, especially
Close.
with
130.
the right
We're getting
PI,
there.
But now you're at about
Wow.
Oh, the pot!
The pot!
Holy
Oh my
shit.
God.
His is so
Going
much
back
farther than
just
Ness's, I
barely.
think.
This is gonna take perfection, though, out of our reigning champ. As of course we heard.
Wow.
You know, Guard knows what he's got to do. That spike won't kill the PK.
My
Fire
goodness.
Doesn't quite either.
Oh,
as
no sour
spike.
spot on the
Hot air
back
balloon does a
air.
lot. Again, no spike, no rockets either. Dash attack ain't killing. PK fire ain't killing. But the next, you know, solid hit from either one of these players certainly will. As
Oh,
the hot air
God.
balloon is able to sneak past.
Oh.
Wow.
In the
Oh
Umbra.
my God.
Holy
Completes it.
shit.
No sweeps tonight, but a 3-1 win for the Cobalt Guard as takes down his demons from earlier this season.
My jaw was dropped
What
that
a
whole last
game.
stock.
Oh, my
That
God.
was such a good last stock.